Welcome back everybody, Dave the Gamer here. Today let's take a look at how to level your alchemy from 1 to 300. So alchemy has made most of all of my gold that I've made on my characters by making potions and reselling them right before raid nights. So let's dive in a little bit closer on how I personally leveled it up. First off, let's start off with the trainers for both Alliance and Horde. Now a lot of my different pictures and whatnot you will see I got from Wowhead, so I appreciate them helping me out with that. But here's all the different trainers that you're going to go to. Here's the later phases of trainers that you will need to go to as you level up much further into it. Finally, the materials needed. So overall, the materials aren't too bad until you get into the higher levels. From like 200 on is when it starts to get a little bit more expensive, but the early levels are very cheap. Most of the time, 1 to 200, it's not even worth selling the potions. I would just trash them or get rid of them or use them up. But the later ones, yes, you will definitely reap your money back. So alchemy, 1 to 140, 1 to 60, I would make 59 minor healing potions. 60 to 110, 59 lesser healing potions. 110 to 140, 30 healing potions. Very simple, very easy to get to. 140 to 215, you're going to make 15 lesser mana potions, 30 greater healing potions, 25 elixirs of agility, and 10 elixirs of greater defense. We're already at 215. Here's the final page. 215 to 230, superior healing potions. You're going to make a phosphorus stone, which will be needed for transmutes. That's a side thing which I'll talk about in a minute. 231 to 250, 19 elixirs to detect undead. 250 to 265, elixirs of greater agility. Now you can start making some profit here. 265 to 285, 20 superior mana potions, usually a break even. 285 to 300, 18 major healing, and you're already 300. Super easy to get overall. Let's look a little bit closer at a couple other things. So first off, a great way to make a lot of extra profit is to make flask. So you have to go to certain areas like Scholomance or Broodlord, Lash Layer, and Blackwing Layer, the raid, to be able to craft the flask here. So with it having kind of a barrier of entry, like you almost have to clear a dungeon just to be able to craft it. And they're not bad. They're not, I think they're like 20 gold, 30 gold now. You can craft for 50 gold, sell them for 60, so like a 10 gold profit. But if you can make 20, 30 of them at a time, it's worth your time. It's not worth going in to just make one and spend an hour to clear the place. So just keep that in mind when you are making flask. So transmuting, there's two different transmutes. Really, you can do transmute Arcanite. You just make basically an Arcanite bar. Most times I will just sell my transmute in the major city. I'll get 5 to 10 gold for it. I log in on my alts every 2 days to do so. Or if you have a lot of money, and this is where the time is starting to go the wrong way with it. So if you do it from the time this video releases, it's still probably profitable, but you start to lose how profitable it will be. Transmute of Undeath to Water. So Undeath is probably 1 gold, where water is 17 gold. So instead of a 5 gold profit, you are now making, what, a 15 gold profit? Much more, but the problem is this pattern costs like 900 gold. So you got to factor how many times can you do this to like basically 15 gold profit. How many times would you have to do that to break even from the pattern versus just doing the Arcanite, just selling the Arcanite transmute? So keep that in mind when you are buying that. How much time is left in Classic? Now here are the best potions to craft. So there's a lot on the page here. So I put all the flask right here, the main ones that you want to be talking about, which is the increase to maximum mana, increase their damage for magical spells, increase maximum health. These are the main 3 ones that people are really sought after. Then you have like Living Action Potion, which is amazing for PvP. The Elixir of the Brute Force is where I've made all of my gold. Typically, I make anywhere from 2 to 3 gold per one I sell, and I think I'm upwards to selling 900 of them, so about 3,000 gold profit off just selling this one alone. Greater Arcane Elixir, the potion, the recipe is expensive, but you can make some nice gold. Elixir of Shadow Power, this is nice. All Shadow Priests are going to want this, and Warlocks, but there's not a whole lot of profit. The Elixir of Mongoose, tons of profit to be made here. Really, it's only like 50 silver to 1 gold, but you can sell them like hotcakes. Come raid day, I can unload 100 of them. Greater Fire Protection Potion, people are still using these. The Greater Nature Protection Potion, these will continue to go up as we get into AQ. The Greater Shadow Protection Potion, it's great for world bosses. It's also great for when we get into phase 6 for Nax. Same with the Frost Protection Potion. So lots of great potions that you can craft to make a ton of gold, and even some passive ways by having at least 260, I think it is, for the Transmute. So hopefully this was helpful. Drop a comment below. Let me know, what potion do you make that makes you the most possible profit? Love to hear it. Hopefully this was helpful, and until next time, game on.